Cooking with Steve.
Of Cooking with Steve. It's been a while since I've seen you. You may notice I got a haircut, and it is December 20th. No, is it 20th? Something like that. It's Friday is Christmas, so we're celebrating Christmas by making a nice little Christmas cookie, biscotti. You may be wondering, what is biscotti? Well, if you had a little Italian grandmother, you would know. It is a cookie bread type of pastry that tastes good eaten alone, or you can even dunk it in your coffee. It's really good. But as you can see, we've got Christmas cards. We're very festive. We've got obviously a gift from one of my fans over here. You may be thinking, what are you asking Santa for Christmas? Asking Santa for Christmas, Steve? And I would say, pretty obviously, a new grill. I'm not going to answer the question as to why we need a new grill, but if you've been watching the series, you would know. Anyway, let's get started today. It's a pretty easy recipe here. I'm not much of a baker. First thing we're going to do, we're going to add these 3 eggs into this bowl. We are going to then add 1/2 cup of vegetable oil and then 1 full cup of sugar and a tablespoon of anise extract. Yes. I'm going to get all this stuff in the bowl. We're going to come back when it's time to blend it. See you then. Oh, hello and welcome back to Cooking with Steve. In this bowl, again, we have sugar, 3 eggs, a tablespoon of anise seasoning or flavoring, and there we go, and some vegetable oil. Another thing we're going to do, we're going to take this wax paper and put it on this cookie sheet, like this right here. We're then going to go and preheat our oven to 400 degrees, like that. That's a Christmas candle. It says sparkling snow, but it doesn't smell like snow. It smells like pine trees. Okay, so you may be wondering to yourself, where, Steve, does this recipe come from? I've mentioned many times before that my lovely Italian grandma comes from Sicily. Yes, it is the home of the mafia, and yes, I still stay in touch. That being said, she brought this recipe over with her when she crossed the Atlantic Ocean and came to the country of America, the US of A. These colors don't run. And she passed this down to many Americans who, you may notice when you go to the grocery store, hey guys, settle down in there, trying to record in here. Anyway, you may notice when you go to the grocery store there are quite a few cookies in there, many of which are biscotti. Those all came from my grandma's recipe that she brought over with her from Sicily. Anyway, getting back to it. We have this all-purpose flour here. We're going to take 4 cups of it and then mix it in to, whoa, I broke that bag. This is going to be a mess when I go to put it away. That's a problem. Oh well, we'll deal with it. There, what are they doing in there?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway, so 4 cups of this. I'm going to get this in here. Then we're going to mix it all together with our egg mixture. And I'll come back when we take the next step. We have a couple other things. I'm going to split this dough thing in half. We're going to make one with only almonds, and then in 1/2 is going to have these cherry flavored craisins and almonds also. So we'll come back when it's time to mix those in. See you then. Welcome back, guys. Very quickly, I forgot to add a couple things. Number 1, where did I put it? That baking powder. I did put a tablespoon, oh here it is, tablespoon of that baking powder went into there, and we have not mixed it yet still. See these, I got these sliced almonds at the store. I'm gonna take a nice heaping handful and throw those in there before we blend. As I mentioned before, we're gonna also add these craisins, but that's gonna be only the part of it. So we'll go ahead and get this mixed up, and I'll come back when I add the craisins. See you then. Welcome back to Cooking with Steve, guys. Come over here. You will see this is our completed dough. So we're gonna take half of that, and we're gonna put it there. It doesn't all stick together. We do have to work it a little bit, but I'll show you that in just a minute. We are now, that looks pretty good. We're now going to take some of these cherry craisins and mix them in. Looks good, right? Mm-hmm. There we go. Alright, so we're going to knead these into our dough, and come right back and we'll show you how to get this on the pan and ready to go. See you then. Welcome back to Cooking with Steve. If you take a look at the doughs here, you'll see that I worked them just a little bit, not too much, but they have a little bit of a sheen on them, and the stuff is no longer falling apart. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put these on our baking sheet, and the goal is to flatten them out until they're maybe like a half an inch or 3/4 of an inch above the baking sheet. And then we're going to do both of them like that, and then we're going to put them in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then we'll check on them at 400 degrees again. It's ready to go. So we'll come back to you when we take the next step. We're going to melt some chocolate chips so we can dip a part of them in the chocolate chips when they're all done. So see you then. Thank you, and welcome back. Here you go. This is what your product is going to look like. We're now going to put this in a 400 degree oven for 20 minutes. Don't be concerned. For some reason, every time I make this, it kind of gets the kitchen all smoky. So don't worry about that. If it happens to you, it will go out. We'll come right back, and we might have a special guest showing us how to melt chocolate. See you then.
So, we're melting the chocolate to put on the biscottis, and we have our water boiling. So,
go ahead and whoa. Let's turn the heat down. I don't think we really need it completely boiling. Let's pause for a minute. We'll be right back.
Okay, so we put the bowl over our boiling water.
But it's not touching the water.
Yeah, and we turned on the heat, right?
Yes, we turned the heat down to about half.
And now I'm pouring the chocolate in the bowl.
And those are semi-sweet Kroger brand chocolate chips. We're now going to
stir the chocolate.
And continue to
stir the chocolate.
And then when it gets all melted, we are going to
dip the biscottis in it.
After they're done cooking.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, and welcome back to Cooking with Steve. As you can hear, our biscotti is done cooking. We're going to remove that from the oven. Whoa, there's a little smoke. And here is the final product. Actually, it's not the final product. There is what we have so far. We are going to leave the oven on though. Make sure it's still at 475, or let's just do 375 to call it even. We're going to remove these from our wax paper. Whoa! Come on, Alex, I need your help, dude. Come on. Ow. Okay. We're good, Alex, thank you. Alright, we're going to remove the biscotti from the wax paper and let it cool for a minute until it gets down to a temperature which is easily, or which we can handle it without burning ourselves too much. So we'll come right back in about 10 minutes when it's cooled down a little bit, and I will show you the final steps. See you then. Hello, welcome back to Cooking with Steve. We've let it cool down a little bit. I'm going to show you what we do next. Now we cut it like that the entire way. What we're going to do now is put them on our baking sheet like this, with both loaves obviously. And what we're going to do is throw them back in the oven at 375 for about 5 minutes, then flip them onto the other side for about another 5 minutes. And I'll come back when we pull them out. See you then. Merry Christmas. Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Steve. As you can see here, our biscottis have been removed from the oven and are now complete. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna dunk them in the chocolate like that. And then we're gonna put them on the wax paper. After we get these all done, I will show you how we're going to make them super fancy. We will come back in just a minute when we finish up. See you then. Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Steve. As you can see here, we switched up how we were dipping our biscottis in chocolate at the suggestion of my beautiful wife, Stephanie the RN, and
That was actually me.
beautiful Mackenzie Nicole. It looks like this now.
Yeah, it was mine.
So, I'm a little nervous about this. I'm not much of a baker. I will admit, however, my funfetti game is strong. But I don't bake very often because my beautiful wife, Stephanie the RN, typically does all that. Anyway, let's go. Let's see how it all tastes. Ava, let's start with you. Take a bite of your biscotti.
It's delicious.
Okay, great. Alex, what do you think of yours?
Delicious, man.
Okay. Hey, Mackenzie, what do you think?
It's really good. Very chocolatey.
Very good.
I'm dipping mine
And coffee.
in coffee like we do in Italy. As you can see.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
Can I try?
Oh my god.
It's really good. All right.
Try.
Well, you all have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching. Please comment, share this with your friends, and like the page. Again, thank you for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time on Cooking with Steve.
Cooking with Steve.
Hold on, how do you